Keen-eyed and curious, emus are known to follow and watch other animals. Although not as tall as the ostrich, the emu can reach nearly 2 meters and weigh over 50 kilograms. Their bodies fueled on a diet of plants, seeds, and insects. In the emu world, it's the males who look after the chicks, which for the first 3 months of their life are covered in camouflaging stripes. The chicks whistle gently as they forage. The whistling gets louder and more high-pitched if they lose sight of their ever-protective parent. They will stay with their father until they are fully grown. Among the ratites, the large flightless birds of the world, emus are not the only ones to provide all-male parental care. In the lush rainforest of tropical Australia lives the stocky, aggressive, and mighty cassowary. Shorter than the emu, but much heavier, the cassowary is the world's second weightiest bird. The 18-centimeter horn-like casque on top of its head adds to its bizarre and commanding appearance. Aggressive by nature and known to strike out with both immensely powerful legs, the cassowary has the power to disembowel. Their sharpened spike-like inner claw is 12 centimeters long. A diligent and protective parent, the male cassowary nurtures his chicks for between 9 and 18 months, teaching them the ways of the rainforest. This arrestingly magnificent bird is vital for the survival of the forest in which it lives. There are some rainforest fruits that only the cassowary is big enough to disperse, the seeds germinating more readily after passing through the bird. These mighty keepers of the forest walk as true giants amongst the birds. Lumbering across the land, the enormity of the barrel-like hippo is without question. Other grass eaters are frail by comparison. Its immense head leads its 5-meter body, and short, sturdy legs support its 3 tons. Due to their ill temper, half-meter tusks and enormous-sized adult hippos are often considered the most dangerous animals in Africa. They frequently brush aside crocodiles if they're in their way. Hippos are semi-aquatic animals, spending 18 hours a day submerged in the shallow, muddy waters of Africa's rivers and lakes. Despite being extremely thick, their skin is sensitive and needs to be kept moist. They produce a mucus that turns a pinky brown when exposed to the air, which acts as both a sunscreen and a moisturizer, and may even protect them against infection. Vigorously wagging their tails to scatter dung and urine, both on land and in the water, it is likely that the scent sprayed by hippos while doing this helps them to recognize one another. Certain birds will also recognize their favorite hippo. Tiny oxpeckers spend most of their life on their giant partners' backs, gorging themselves on the pests and parasites that torment their hosts. The colossal mouth of the male hippo houses the most lethal of weapons. These thick tusks can grow to half a meter and are kept sharp as they grind with the upper canines. The gape of the hippo's jaw stretches to a phenomenal 150 degrees and gives it one of the most powerful bite forces in the entire animal kingdom. Yawning and showing off tusks is a powerful
razı olsun. Yani bize edilen duaların karşılığında biz bunu söyleyebiliriz.
Evet.
Gerçekten sizler de var olun. Şunu söylemek istiyorum.
Buyurun.
Bugün bir bel ağrısı olan varsa,
Evet.
romatizma ağrısı olan varsa, dizlerinde ağrılar olanlar varsa, eklem ve kemik ağrıları olanlar varsa, vallahi de billahi de o ağrının ömrü bu kremle birlikte, bu merhemle birlikte, merhem derler eskiler.
Evet.
Bu merhemle birlikte vallahi de billahi de 5 dakika. 5 dakika içerisinde o ağrının nasıl bir süngeri çeker, hani böyle sünger suyu
Evet.
çeker ya,
Evet.
o ağrıyı nasıl çektiğini görecekler. Bunu denemeden göremezler.
Evet.
Yani mucize viksi kullanmayanlar varsa illaki eşinden, dostundan yani duymuşlardır bunu. Deneyin
Tabii,
efendim.
tabii.
Onlar nasıl kurtulduysa sizler de kurtulacaksınız. Şimdi bugün tabii ki insanlar güvenmemekleri haklı. Niye? Tuncay Bey, sahte ürünlerimiz çok fazla.
Evet.
Mucize adı
Piyasada
altında.
çok var, evet.
Aynen, mucize adı altında yani o kadar saçma hareketler yapanlar var ki ve
Evet.
bunlara inanan insanlar var. Biz yıllardır bu ekranlardan düşmediysek bizim ürünümüz gerçek diye.
Evet.
Bizim ürünümüz onaylı diye. Bakanlık onaylı.
Evet.
Bunun ötesi yok. Bakanlık neden onay veriyor? Test sürecinden geçiyor bizim ürünümüz. Tuncay Bey.
Evet hocam.
Bütün testleri tamamlıyor. Sonrasında onayını alıyor. Yani insanlar bunu rahatlıkla kullanabilir diye bakanlığımız onay veriyor.
Evet.
Bütün devlet büyüklerimize de buradan selamlarımızı gönderelim aynı zamanda. Şimdi bugün o sahteciler dedik ya az önce.
Evet hocam.
4 kutuyu
Evet.
100 liraya, 120 liraya kargo ücretiyle 130 liraya kadar gönderenler var.
4 kutu.
İnternette benim ürünümün aynısını, kutusunu daha doğrusu
Evet.
aynısını yapamazlar da.
Yapamaz.
Kutusunu yapmışlar. Adam bir tanesine 120 lira diyor Tuncay Bey.
Çakmasına.
Yani bugün ne yapacağız, ne edeceğiz? Biz bunların üstesinden nasıl geleceğiz? Biz bu sahtekarlardan,
Evet
bu
hocam.
yalancılardan, bu nametlerden nasıl kurtulacağız diye düşünürken dedik ki bakın
Evet.
Allah şahittir ki 1 lira, bakın 1 lira kazanmaksızın ben bugün 10 kutu gönderiyorum. 10 kutu.
10 kutu.
10 kutu göndereceğim. İnsanlar gitsin, bunun faydasını görsün, eşine dostuna da versin, kullansınlar. Yani öyle bir kampanya.
Evinde dursun yani.
Aynen. Gidin eşinize, dostunuza bunu dağıtın ya.
Evet.
Hem kendiniz kullanın, hem efendim ihtiyacı olana verin. Bir hayır olur yani sizin.
Evet.
Bugün bir aileye yetecek kadar krem göndereceğim. Bir kişi mi kullanacak? 1 yıllık krem göndereceğim. 10 kutu Tuncay Bey.
10 kutu.
10 kutu
Dile
krem
kolay.
gönderiyorum. 10 kutu. 10 kutu krem gönderiyorum.
Yani başkalarının 2-3 kutu gönderdiği
Aynen.
yerde siz onları
Aynısı
silmek
yani.
için piyasadan 10
Ya
kutu
başka
birden
çarem kalmadı
Evet.
Tuncay Bey. Ben
Doğru.
evimde televizyon izleyemiyorum. Ben
Evet.
bıktım ya.
Evet.
Bıktım ya. Ben bunları görmekten bıktım.
Evet.
Bugün ben şunu söyleyeceğim.
Evet.
Allah da şahit, kullanan da şahit.
Evet.
Gelin efendim kurtarın kendinizi. Bakın bir insanın ağrısı neredeyse canı orada.
Evet.
Biz diyoruz ki sizin ağrılarınızı 5 dakika içerisinde süngerin suyu çektiği misali söküp almazsam bana bu ekranlarda ne derseniz deyin.
Hocam 3
Ya
yıldır
bak,
siz zaten bu ekranlardasınız.
şunu söyleyeceğim
Evet, buyurun
Tuncay.
hocam.
Yani ben çok yemin etmeyi sevmem.
Evet.
Gerçekten sevmem. Ama şunu bilsinler ki
Evet.
ekranlarda Allah'ı ağzından düşürmeyen, yemin billah çekerek sizlerin cebindeki çoluğunuzun çocuğunuzun rızkını alanlar var.
Evet.
Var ya. Adam namusuna yemin ediyor ya, namusuna ya. Siz ne yapıyorsunuz ya? Namusa şerefe yemin mi edilir ya? Ne olursa olsun edebilir misin ya?
Edilmez hocam.
Bu nasıl bir şeydir?
Yani.
Bir insanın ağzına namusu geliyorsa ben o insana zaten güvenmem.
Evet.
Güvenmeyin kardeşim.
Belki
Güvenmeyin.
%100 doğru bile olsa.
Yani
Evet.
ben güvenmem.
Evet. Doğru söylüyorsun.
Böyle bir şey ya, saçma sapan
Evet.
işler. Bak bunları konuşmaktan programı yapamıyorum şu an,
Evet.
farkında mısın?
Evet hocam.
Bak bunları konuşmaktan insanların şu an derdine çare olamıyorum yani. Neyse onların Allah bin bir türlü belasını verir inşallah. Beddua
verir
etmek
hocam,
istemiyorum
verir
ama
hocam.
versin. Yani bir insanın çoluğunun çocuğunun rızkını cebinden alan varsa
Evet.
o insanın Allah belasını versin.
Evet.
Ben bir şey demiyorum başka. Efendim bakın. Romatizma dedik.
Powerful threat display. But if threats don't work, these aquatic titans will stab at each other, rearing up, slashing and biting. Fights can be a 6-ton battle for the control of a section of river and the females within it. Weighing 40 to 45 kilos, mothers give birth to single calves that are born in the shallow waters. The female will have left the herd to give birth, and she and her meter-long newborn spend a week or two alone. By the time they join the group, they are firmly bonded and have a close and affectionate relationship. Although weaned at 12 months, by which time the young calf weighs a massive quarter of a ton, it will remain with its mother for several more years, and it's not uncommon to see a female with 2 or 3 offspring. In the physically close life of the river hippo, even young males are tolerated by the bull. Are these submerged barrels of power the biggest aquatic animals in the world? Standing taller than any other living animal in their towering majesty is the proud and elegant giraffe. With a grace of movement that defies its great height, adult giraffes stand 6 meters tall, and their legs are higher than an average man. A fully grown male weighs in at over 1,600 kilos. The unique appearance and peaceful nature of the giraffe has captivated humans for centuries. The national emblem of Tanzania, the giraffe, represents visionary qualities and an ability to see life from all angles. With their giant legs moving in full stride, giraffes can gallop at phenomenal speeds, relying on the forward and backward motion of their undulating necks to keep them balanced. A giraffe's markings are unique, and while the color of its patches may vary slightly throughout its life, the pattern remains constant. When fully grown, this elongated animal is tall enough to peer through the window of a second-story building. Its endearing face is dominated by outrageously long eyelashes and huge eyes that are always on the lookout for danger. Lions hunting in packs are the only predators capable of taking down a large giraffe. Their presence always instills fear. Individual giraffes come and go freely from the open herds that these social animals live in, scattering vastly across the plains, peaceful occupants of all they see. The giraffe's lofty vantage point makes it a useful sentinel for other animals of the plains. Drinking for a giraffe is tricky business. Despite its colossal proportions, its neck is still too short to reach the ground, and it must splay its elegant legs to reach down and drink. Another animal keeps a watchful eye while they are in this vulnerable position. Dueling males evaluate each other's strength by intertwining their mighty necks and leaning against one another. When a fight ensues, they swing their huge necks, aiming head and horns at their rival. With each landing blow, thuds echo across the plains. Once resolved, life on the savanna resumes for these otherwise peaceful giants. Could the towering height of this most elegant of beasts make it the biggest animal on Earth? The mighty whale graces our oceans with a size and strength unrivaled on land. 3 times longer than the tallest giraffe and weighing more than a dozen hippos, the beautiful humpback whale is most famed for its mystical and haunting song. Historically, whales have been hunted with harpoons for their meat, blubber, and bone. The humpback population was drastically depleted. Following the massive decline in their numbers, many species are now protected. One of them, the blue whale, is the biggest animal alive. The largest animal known to have lived at any time in the history of our planet, this gigantic creature can be over 30 meters long and lives entirely on tiny plankton. When they surface for a breath, they expel air through a blowhole that is the size of a small child before their 200-ton body glides gracefully back under the sea. Swimming at an incredible 20 knots, the tail of these majestic creatures can be over 7 meters wide. Under the surface of the water, the ghost-like form of these incomparable shimmering mammals is powered by a heart the size of a car, sending out a beat that can be detected from over 3 kilometers away. These incredible blue whales really are the true giants of our world. Gliding through the tropical and temperate waters of our oceans is another remarkable creature, the undisputed biggest fish in the sea, the whale shark. Averaging around 12 meters, many believe they can reach up to 20. These enormous animals are filter feeders and fuel themselves on tiny organisms like krill, larvae, and small fish. Usually solitary animals, they gather together when rich feeding is available in some part of the world. They have even learned to make the best of the local fishing trade. Taking in huge amounts of quarry-filled water into their cavernous mouths, they then expel the water through their gills, which act like a fine sieve. Anything over 2 to 3 centimeters is trapped. With mouths that are over 1 meter wide, they can process more than 6,000 liters of water per hour. Their sublime grace in the water is one of slow, powerful movement. The white spots and lines that decorate their magnificent blue-gray